We'll just go from here.
Yeah, exactly.
In a world where feet no longer wear gloves, one man finds himself without shoes.
Oh wait, is this the first podcast where like I'm not wearing my glasses?
Maybe you can't. Yeah, it's a possibility.
Should I take out my contacts and put my glasses on?
I don't think it matters.
These are bloopers, anyways.
Or just put on the glasses and the contacts and
No.
have double the visual
just-
prowess.
That will just screw my vision over.
That's a perfect possibility. Just make sure when you're talking, you talk to the microphone loud enough when we actually get started. You're buttoning that up, I hope you realize. Dan, our viewers don't want to see that.
Why are you so mean?
Because it's so sexy, Dan, that they can't even comprehend it.
Alright, I'll just button it up.
You missed a button.
No,
You missed a button. Button.
I
Button
need
the
it
other
to
two.
legal.
Button the other two, Dan. Dan! Button the other two.
You're so mad.
Dan!
Air Force boys in your uniforms.
I'll give you a Form 41.
Oh my god, actually starting to write Form 41s for Dan? What the fuck kind of world do we live in?
Oh my, can you imagine me as an IG? Why are you giving me Form 41? Because you look like Dan.
Dan sent me a snap.
Oh god. This is already going downhill.
No.
Hold on, let's start the podcast.
It already
first.
is started. It's
Oh no! All right,
Wait,
let's
hold
do
up.
the
Hold
intro.
up.
Wait,
Intro.
no, let me finish this one. It's like just more bloopers.
Wait, hold up.
You guys can talk about it.
No, we're waiting. I'm Dan.
I'm Zack.
I'm Ryan, and welcome back to the Daily Life of College Boys.
The podcast where we tell you interesting stories about our not so interesting lives as we are in a pursuit to make our lives as interesting as possible.
All right, what were we arguing about like literally 5 seconds ago?
But before we get to that, I'm sorry, but I just want to say like how smoothly we were able to do that intro for once.
That's true.
Wow, we actually did, yeah.
Yeah,
that
no,
is
Dan,
true.
Dan,
That's
you
true.
actually like started it like surprisingly to me, and I'm just like, oh, we're starting.
We just get right into it now. You know, we used to have so much trouble with this intro. It took us so long. It was like,
Let's calm down. This is like episode 6.
that's a milestone, Dan. We've been doing this for 6 weeks.
Okay, that's fair enough.
We have 2
Well-
episodes we haven't posted.
Yeah, it's just because I was.
Technically speaking. Wait.
Is it 6 or is it 7?
No, this is 6. 7 if you count the lost episode. Because we have 3 episodes.
We're
We have
not
2
counting the lost episode.
We have 3 episodes. We have 2 waiting because we haven't done that one. We just have 2 that we haven't posted. We finally got the
Hold on, I
intro.
feel like we're gonna lose track. Where were we?
Oh,
Dan
yeah.
sent you a Snapchat.
Oh yeah.
I sent him a snap.
That's already going bad places.
Okay, so so right before we started, Dan was having some
Content warning. Content warning.
No, Dan was having some trouble with his shirt, and Zack said,
What did I say?
Form 41.
Oh yeah, Dan. I'm gonna give you Form. Dan wasn't gonna wear a shirt.
Yeah, for this podcast.
Dan doesn't want to wear a shirt.
Yeah,
But-
I was gonna wear no shirt with these glasses and this hat.
Dan,
And
you
then-
still gotta wear the hat though.
And then no.
But you always wear a hat.
But it looks weird.
Okay, fine.
Are you telling me this hat goes with this shirt?
No, it doesn't. Obviously.
Shut up.
But anyways,
Zachary.
So the Air Force RDC, we got these things called Form 41s, which are discrepancies that you get when your uniform's out of regs. And I was gonna slap Dan in the face with a good old Form 41 for his lack of shirt.
for his lack of
shirt. That's a discrepancy right there. Form 41. Not for excellence.
And so Dan sent me a snap of this
Bad idea.
Incorrect.
Its context was the good old days, which was a Civil Air Patrol drill manual.
Oh my god.
And
I never had one of those because I didn't have Civil Air Patrol.
Shut up, Zachary.
But
That's pre or
when I saw it, I was at work on my break, and I saw that. I'm just like, that hit me in the feels.
Back when Dan was a cadet boy.
Jeez, yeah, you were talking about that. You used to be a cadet. Ooh, that's weird, Dan.
I mean, like,
I couldn't imagine you in Air Force ROTC for the life of me, Dan. I'm sorry.
I was actually not that bad.
I-
People liked me a lot. I'll have you know that all of the people
Who
younger
doesn't
than
like
me-
you?
Dan, people.
Dan,
Dan, we're
I am
almost there.
telling a story.
Dan, but we're almost there. We almost unintentionally spread happiness around us constantly.
That is true.
Or you
But-
do, at least.
I try. But where was I going? I've lost my train of thought.
Something about you being a good cadet.
I made my superiors happy boys because I would meme with them even though they're just like, hey, knock it off, and I'm like, you know you like it. They're like, stop it right now, and I'm just like, haha, I got them. And then it was really awkward because they never promoted me the entire time I was in Civil Air Patrol. For good reasons sometimes I like to think, but I also like did my best, like literally. I remember it was the first time out of my memory that I gave my 100%, and they were just like, it's not good enough, and I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, but I made all of the people younger than me very happy to be in CAP, but like also at the same time they were my superiors at a certain point because they never promoted me.
That reminds me of one of my old friends. His name was Nathaniel, and he is a master of aeronautics. Like, he could put the professors here at this college to shame. That's how, like, and it's just airplanes in general. If you gave every single part of an airplane and told him tell us what airplane this is and put it together, he could do it.
Dang, that's some skill right there.
Yeah, he was that dedicated. He was our aeronautics, officer of our squadron, but he never ranked up.
Yeah, that must have been nice. The nostalgia factor of seeing that old manual. I had that earlier this week. I found my high school's video production YouTube page, and one of the videos on it was my final project for that class, senior year. I know senior year was like, it was last year. It wasn't too long ago, but to me,
It feels like it was forever.
It feels like it's a world away because we literally, our world has changed. We're in college now. Everything's changed. Our lifestyles, our friends, our family, everything about like what we used to do has changed. It's just a completely different world. Wait, Dan. Does that make this an isekai anime?
Shut up.
It's because I'm right. Anyway.
I'm going to fight you. I don't have my knife anymore because I don't know where CJ put it. But if I had it, I would draw it right now and probably not actually threaten you. Just like make like vague stabbing motions in the air and just put it away.
Just call CJ a lemon or a banana,
But,
and he starts to freak out. He'll probably
No, different CJ.
Different CJ.
Oh, different.
But I saw my final project and I watched it, and it was a good nostalgia trip because it reminded me of high school. Senior year was my favorite year.
How proud of you are you, or how proud are you of that video?
I'm very proud of that video. It was really good.
Wait, is it the weird like 1984 style thing?
What?
That I remember you made us watch during the hurricane?
No?
No?
It was the Parks and Recreation spoof.
Oh wait,
I don't think I saw that one.
I'll show it to you after, but it was the entire project was a memento to our class, so it was making fun of our entire class throughout the year. It was a lot of fun, and it just reminded me of the good times that I've had in high school.
I remember it.
But it also showed me that I'm gonna have just as much good times here, because you got to make the good times happen. Nostalgia is nostalgia for a reason, because they were good times. So you have the nostalgia, work from that, make your future just as good.
Dan, do you remember your high school project or your?
I remember one high school project that I had to do.
Or your like senior project.
So my school was weird, and I had a senior project for like half of my classes.
Wait. See, our senior project was we got out of all of our classes to do our senior project.
No.
That was my school.
Well, my school was intentionally overly difficult to build us up for college. So we had 3 standard level classes, which are considered AP classes in regular schools, and then we have higher level classes, which are unnecessarily hard, so it makes college classes look easy. And each higher level class, you had like a personal project thing. For chemistry, I think I did something involving, I don't know, some weird thing involving battery acid, and a lot of jars. And then for global politics, I did a thing on my hometown, which turned out really bad, because I was like, what about small governments? You know, how effective are they? Very terrible. I picked a bad example. And then my English project, I don't remember, I read a paper or something.
Yeah, so my senior project, I actually got out of all my classes for the second semester, except for my AP Math and Science classes, because I needed those for college. But I got out of all those classes, except for those 2. And I think I've told this story in the podcast before.
I don't think you have.
Have I
Really?
not?
I've heard the story a few times.
I
so
know
don't
I've told him this story,
I-
and I feel like I've said it on the podcast, but
I-
I'll
I
tell
don't
it
think you
again.
have.
Because it's a really interesting story, so I thought it would have been one of the first things I told.
No, I don't remember us talking about senior projects.
Okay,
podcast.
okay. I'll tell it again. The viewers will know. They'll be like, oh, yeah, you told a story again. I'll tell a second story.
And,
anyway.
and
Not, it
if
doesn't
he
matter.
did, I'm just an idiot. That's
Yeah.
all.
So my senior project, so I spent the entire last semester of school, which is like 2-3 months, making a movie with my friend. You know, we worked on this movie, you know, all day and night. In fact, we worked on it the first semester too, preparation, to plan out what we were doing. Because me and him, we loved movie making. It was just a thing that we did. It was our thing. We made movies, you know, we did it for the school, with the AV club, which me and him started. We did it in our free time. We made a couple movies over the summer. It was our hobby. So we did that for a senior project. We thought, hey, we can get out of classes. We can do something we love. And we got our entire town involved. We talked to our police and fire department. They were in it. We had a police car and a fire truck in a couple scenes, which was really cool. We had this huge bonfire at the end. And we even got it to be aired on our public television network,
Oh, that's pretty
which was
neat.
really
That's
cool.
nice.
And we advertised it throughout the town with the public television network and posters, which was a lot of fun. But instead of going to classes, we would work on the sets, building props, finding locations, getting costumes done. We had a friend of ours make all of our costumes. She was going into costume design. She made it all for us. We had a friend make all of our music. She was going into music design, and she made all of our music.
It was based off Fahrenheit 451.
It was
right?
based off Fahrenheit 451.
That was a good book. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
So it was based off that kind of world where reading and books are illegal.
I know, I read, right?
And it was so much fun being able to do that because, you know, we would show up to school instead of like at 7, we'd show up at 10. And
That's nice.
and early on we were getting things laid out, so we'd go to meetings, or we would go out to lunch. We weren't so locked in, and it was just such a great experience to be able to do this and work on this throughout the entire town. There's this great like location that a couple real movies have been shot at that we were lucky enough to be able to use. We made a giant bonfire of books. Yeah, we burned books. Like, we went to the library and was like,
We burned them. Real good.
oh yeah, we went to the library and said, hey, do you have extra books you're throwing away? Because the library throws away books, believe it or not. Your library does too, believe it. So you're like, hey, do you have extra books? And they're like, yeah, sure, we're just going to throw them away. So we got like this giant cart of like 10 boxes of books. And they're like, what are you going to do with them? We were like, burn them? And they're like, sure. What? And we left.
That sounds like it's something we do already.
That's true.
I
But
mean,
we
'cause-
got fire department permission. There was a fire truck there the entire time.
Our
and
library.
We had a big cast too because we got a lot of our friends and family involved as extras. It was a lot of fun. It was one of those memories in high school that I look back on fondly. Like, this was the best part of high school.
Speaking of extra books, our library actually gets rid of like lots of books, like on occasion.
Jeez.
I have a nostalgia trip
Wait,
story.
no, let me tell my senior
All right.
one more tidbit, because I remember specifically because there was the video room, and we'd sit down there after we filmed everything. It was editing. We spent the last half of the semester editing it. We learned a lot editing it, and then we had to advertise it and put on the show. But we sat down there. It was me and him editing it, and then there was also another group that had the independent study down there, and they were down there too, and we had friends that came down during that period because they just skipped class because they weren't doing anything, and joined us. So we had this giant it was fifth period. We called it the fifth period crew. We were just hanging out down there.
Would you call it the fifth element?
I guess. It's nice to look. It's nice to look back on good times. What about you? You have a nostalgia story? I guess we're going with nostalgia stories today.
I got some.
Here, you tell your nostalgia story.
So, for my high school I didn't like a lot, but I still enjoyed it. But my senior project, basically, if I was in an academy for 4 years more, or for not 4 years more, but for the 4 years that I was there in high school, I would have to base my project around that. And so my academy that I was part of was JROTC.
You were JROTC?
Yeah, Army JROTC. And so they're like, okay, relate the military to something you enjoy or to something in real life. I've told Dan this story before.
I haven't heard this story. I'm excited to hear it.
So, as you both know, I really enjoy gaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, did you relate to Call of Duty?
No.
Worse.
Oh, worse.
What? No, it's not worse.
I consider it. Well, I don't know.
Anyways, so I thought
TF2?
no.
Oh, okay.
Zach, you will complain about this.
So I thought a good comparison to the military or to other militaries in the world and gaming together, I compared Army to CS:GO. To CS:GO.
All right, this little explanation. I hate CS:GO so much. I can't stand that game.
This was the easiest A I ever got.
I don't like the game. I don't like the mechanics. The community is actually pretty great. A lot of them are hilarious, but a lot of them are also trash. The recoil in that game is the most stupid mechanic I've ever seen. Your gun will be like this, going boom, 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 boom. The bullets hitting a wall will go boom, 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 which means you have to be looking at the ground in order to hit somebody in the face. That doesn't make sense. I hate it.
It's called spray.
Yeah, but when a gun sprays, the gun follows the bullet pattern. The gun shouldn't be pointed this way down, and the bullets shouldn't be going this way. That's not how physics work.
Yeah, from the camera's perspective, the way I play with the Negev,
It depends what weapon
I
you're
point the gun like
using.
this, the bullets go over here.
No, not
Like
even that.
diagonally.
No, but like yes.
Like they go diagonally.
There's bullet spray, right? Because you're firing from the hip. There's bullet spray, but the bullets shouldn't be up here when the gun is angled down. Like you know, it's like
Anyway.
pew pew pew, and the bullets go up here because the bullets recoil, but the gun doesn't.
So literally all I had to do was to take the CS:GO trailer on Steam and show it to my Army instructors, and I'm just like, here you go.
Really?
That's the CS:GO animated trailer of when the terrorists were bombing that like power plant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I literally just showed them that. They're like,
Yeah, we put so much more work into our final project. Like, cause one of the cool things about the way we did final projects at our school is we had to give essentially a sales pitch to the teachers that were involved. There was a little board of teachers, and we gave a sales pitch, and we had to write an essay. And what we did is we wrote our essay. We gave them a schedule, like an actual week by week schedule that we didn't have to do, like day by day schedule. Like, this is what we're gonna do. And they basically told us, like, yeah, you guys had one of the most well thought out and well planned final projects we've ever had.
Yeah, I can imagine. You prepared a semester in advance.
Oh yeah, because we knew we were gonna do it. And then we completed it, and it was a good time. What about you, Dan? Do you have any nostalgic stories that, like, when you look back at high school, the most nostalgic thing you can think of?
I have a very nostalgic thing. It's not at all related to school-related activities, but after-school-related activities.
After-school-related activities, okay.
And we called it Walmart Club.
Walmart Club.
Now,
Walmart
Mondays
Club.
were...
Wait, just Walmart Club.
Yep.
wait, are we gonna get copyrighted by Walmart?
Why are we copyrighted by Walmart?
That seems a bit excessive.
If anything, we get copyrighted by Disney. They'd find a way.
They will. But
accuse us of bootlegging.
There's a Walmart that's like down the road from my high school,
Okay.
and when we came up with this stupid idea where we're just gonna loiter around the Walmart parking lot with our cars. One friend would do donuts. Usually we didn't really do that much. It's an empty Walmart parking lot
Fair
in the middle
enough.
of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's a lie. It's on a really busy street, but like half the parking lot's always empty.
So you did
'Cause
donuts
it's
and never got
unnecess-
caught by cops. Fantastic.
Worse than that.
What? What do you mean
so,
worse?
So
You did get caught by cops?
No.
And you kept doing it?
No, we I don't even remember if we did donuts. But beyond
Now you're just falsifying information, Dan.
shut
Wait, you bribed the cops with the donuts?
Ooh.
No.
Well, it's easy.
even
You did the donuts, which made real donuts, and the cops came like, "Hey, you can't. Oh, there's donuts.
Look,
bacon over here?
Ooh,
Right
yeah,
in the
we
front?
know. We're gonna look the other way if you just give us all these donuts." And you give them the donuts.
Hold on, it gets better. All right.
You
so
bribed cops?
Shut.
He bribed cops.
I
Not
called
only
it.
did he do donuts in a parking lot, he bribed cops. Dan.
We would walk around in this huge roving band of people, and eventually
a mini game.
there's this like outside part that's like in the a section of the side parking lot that's like covered, that's like surrounded by a fence. So it's literally like pavement.
So you cut
no,
through
no,
this fence to break in during the night, and then loitered around and spray. Dan, this is getting worse.
That's where they had the outside furniture
okay.
section,
Outside furniture.
and we would
section.
just sit there, and like anytime someone came to actually look at the furniture, we would basically shoo them away. And like the employees like recognized us, and they'd be like, "These fucking kids." Language.
Thank you.
But like, I don't know. I just have really fond memories of us just shit posting the entire
Sitting
time.
down in a Walmart parking lot, just chilling. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's also how we broke one of the nozzles on my car for the window wiper, because we climbed onto the top of my car and sat on it for a while.
fantastic.
Yeah, because sitting inside the car is stupid. Why not sit on top of it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we used to have we didn't have a Walmart because we were a small town, so we had a convenience store. Basically, it was just a little.
Really, that small of a town? I gotta go to your town sometime.
We got a Starbucks, and that was like a big deal.
Oh my god,
Starbucks.
I can relate to this way too easily.
It was a
because
big deal.
My hometown literally has nothing, so we go to the next town over,
Oh
and
my
they
God.
got a Sonic.
Yeah,
they got a Sonic last
the next
winter?
The next
Oh
town
my
over
God.
has a giant Walmart. It's got a lot of stuff. It's got like our town is just a small little bubble. It's just living, and there are 4 to 5 pizza places at one time. Like one keeps closing and a new one takes its place, and they close because they can't keep up with the competition of 4 pizza places. But
Are you one of those pizza places?
I am one of those pizza places. Well, ours has been.
I remem-
It's great.
I-
But
I remember that. Speaking of like cities or hometowns becoming excited about new places, like Wawa's, right?
what's a Wawa's?
Wawa's a gas station.
What?
Wawa is a gas station / like it's like mixed like a Walmart with a gas station.
So like Cumberland.
Oh,
Farms.
that's a bit much. I'd say a Subway in a gas station.
So like Cumberland Farms.
Neighborhood.
You guys have
Walmart.
Cumberland Farms?
No.
A Cumbies?
No.
You guys don't have Cumbies? That's what we call it. It's,
What?
But
well,
anyways,
it's like you don't call Dunkin' Donuts Dunks or Double
Well,
D's.
Anyways, Wawas are more of
Cumbies? No?
a Wawas are more of a north thing, and the ones down here. are
I'm
a bit
from the
different.
north. We didn't have Wawas.
Okay, well then.
Well, I'm also from the north, and we have Wawa's. Just
Wait,
north.
northeast, north, or northwest?
North.
Alright, well, I'm northeast, so.
Northeast has
Actually, I
Wawas.
don't know.
Where were you up north?
New England!
I'm talking about.
Pretty sure there's Wawa's in
Talk
Indiana.
about, like,
See,
Jersey.
now I feel like
That's not north!
I-
Jersey ain't north. It doesn't count anymore. That's like middle.
Ow.
If it's below New England.
Whoa! All right, New
Shut
England
up.
is literally almost Canada.
No. Maine is almost Canada. You mean to tell me that Boston is not American?
Okay, I can't argue about this because because someone taught me that New York is where Boston is, and Boston is where New York is. And
New York counts as in the north.
I literally learned this a few months ago, and I'm like, what? My sense of geography is completely destroyed? I blame whoever taught me geography because it's really wrong.
back onto nostalgia trips.
Right, yeah, nostalgia trips.
I
Oh,
still
wait.
don't know.
Oh,
where
is it
New
my turn?
Mexico
Well,
is.
I was saying something about we had this market. It was just a convenience store called the
Someone
market. But
listening
we
is
go
gonna
down
get that.
there and get a bottle of Coke. This is where my addiction to Coke started. They had glass bottles of Coke. I'd get one of those and like some kind of candy or snack, and I'd sit outside it on the steps that was nearby it and just hang out with friends.
That's pretty solid.
Well, so I remember. Okay, so there's a library right next to my house. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
and it's a great place before like I got my own computer or like when phones had like the like browsers on them.
Mhm.
I would actually walk myself to the library and do my research there if I needed, and they have everything you needed. The old library cards and like those dues if you missed like
Late dues.
Yeah, late dues. And
Things Blockbuster got rid of because people had a busy fit.
so-
People were rioted about that.
so
Remember when Blockbuster was a thing?
Remember when Toys R Us was a thing?
Ooh. Ooh.
ow. There's still a
Um,
Toys R Us near me.
No, they went bankrupt. All the stores are closing.
Are they?
Yeah,
One's still up near me.
it's not anymore.
What? It's up still.
Amazon got them.
No, seriously, dude. There's no longer that joy of going into Toys R Us and mom being like, pick one.
Pick
And
one.
you're gonna go find some game or toy you want.
Oof. Back up north as well. There's like the $5 or less stores. Have you? Those are great.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, for me, my library, I had a lot of friends in my neighborhood, but they all moved. So like when I was young, I was like kind of by myself. I remember their names still. It was Avery, Brandon, Evan, and me. It was like our own little squad, and we'd always like bike,
I had a
walk.
friend named Evan. He was an asshole.
I have a friend named Evan. He's the guy.
I'm sorry, but he was. He was, but like, we all loved him, but he was. He was.
We all have that one friend who's just literally a douche, but we all love
Everyone
him.
needs an asshole friend. Pardon my language. I'm sorry. It's required. Everyone needs one of those friends.
Okay,
you
define
know,
asshole friend. Also language.
Yeah, they're just an asshole. You know that they're totally a trashy person. Like they're your friend, and you have fun hanging out with them.
But they complete your squad.
But they complete your squad. But like, they're just an ass. I don't know how to describe them other than that's just what they are.
But anyways,
They're the kind of person that would slap you real hard with a handful of whipped cream.
You have a story to tell us, Zachary?
No.
Okay, anyways. So, me and my friends, we would just walk to the library and just log into the computers and play Roblox.
You know what we used to do? So I used to do the same thing with my friends, but we wouldn't play Roblox. We used to go down to the library and we'd log into the computers and we'd play RuneScape. Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of games, I told Dan this like literally before, like after I left work. I got into a game recently I got back into a game.
Oh, back into a game. It's not TF2, is it?
No.
I don't
Okay.
think you're gonna be able to guess this game.
Okay, so this game.
Wait, let me guess.
It here. I'm just. Let me-
Nope. Wait, hold up.
It is. It is really old. It is really old.
Shadow Ninja.
No.
Ninja Gaiden.
Okay, so no. This is an online. This is an online multiplayer RPG.
Adventure Quest.
No.
Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa! Hold the phone. What is this, Mist? Let's calm down.
Dude, I used to play Adventure Quest hard.
But anyways,
Adventure
It makes me
Quest-
happy that you guys got the Mist joke.
I had the original Myst. My parents had it. It was the first game I ever had on a computer.
but okay,
That's good.
so I'm gonna give
Those are
you.
floppy
I'm gonna give
disks.
you a hint. Okay, it starts with
Yes!
It starts with a W.
World of Warcraft?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
No.
Okay, fine. Hold up. I still want to guess this. This is interesting. Cause I'm
Here.
these things are cool.
It starts with a W and ends in a 1.
EverQuest?
I said starts with a W.
All right, we already made the Mist joke. We're gonna bring EverQuest into this.
EverQuest won't die. We need to let it. We need to just Let it exist.
We're gonna boot it up onto our computers tonight.
Original.
Do you want me
EverQuest.
to give you another hint?
Yes.
It is made by King's Isle Entertainment.
Oh shoot.
Right?
That name's so familiar,
I'm
pretty sure
Harry
there were
Potter and the Chamber of Secrets
I'm pretty-
computer
No.
game.
I'm
I
pretty.
had that game.
I'm pretty sure there were ads for it on TV, weren't there?
Yes, there was.
Oh, dang.
It had its own commercial.
What kind of game is it again? What kind of game is it? Give me the kind
It
of
is
type
a
of game.
multiplayer RPG.
Okay, so it's an MMORPG.
Yeah.
Not World of Warcraft.
No, and it starts with a W and ends in a 1.
Is it the game made by Kurt Schilling?
King's Isle.
But is that the company that Kurt Schilling owned?
No,
I don't know.
no.
Okay.
It's tough, isn't it? Fantasy.
I can't think of it. You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna go like, you know.
That's yeah.
Do you want me to say it?
No, I don't. I want to think. All right. So it starts with a W, ends with a 1.
Isn't there an animal version of it too?
What?
There's like a weird like one where there's
Webkins.
dogs.
No.
No.
Neopets.
Although that is a good
I played Webkins.
I did.
Everyone
I did too.
And then it was like you have to buy a new one in order to keep playing, otherwise all your animals
No,
die.
you didn't.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, you had to keep buying. You had to get a new code in order to keep playing every once in a while. Yep. Oh, what was the first word? World. Is it world of something?
No.
Okay.
It's got a one at the end.
Yeah, so it's something 1.
Yeah.
Like the number 1.
Yes. Starts with a W. And
Oh, Wizard 101.
Yes.
You got it.
I used to play that game.
I'm back into it.
Really?
Yeah.
I forgot all my passwords and stuff, and I refuse. I can't get back into it.
and-
Also, because you had to like buy to keep playing it.
Well, it's only a monthly thing, and it's only $10 a month for like the full membership, and
Mhm.
to it's worth it.
It was such a fun game.
It still is. They've added so many things.
And then Pirates 101 came out.
That's
Yeah.
no, stop. We don't talk about that game. That is bad, bad.
Dude, I remember playing.
But, okay.
I played way too many hours of Wizard 101.
So there's a friend of mine who was like, "Hey, what game should we grind together? Because they want a good game to level up in and just have fun with." I'm just like, Wizard 101. They're like, okay, but before that, we thought of 2 other games that are really old. Club Penguin.
Rest in peace.
But the thing is, it's back, but as a different game though.
Yeah, but it's not like the actual Club.
Yeah, I know. It's called Club Penguin Island, and in my opinion,
It's garbage.
Yes. And the other game is Toontown.
Toontown.
Holy
Toontown's
crap!
still a thing. Didn't somebody bring it back?
I think so. Yeah.
You guys remember Cartoon Network had its own MMORPG where they had like the little sprites version
Oh
of
my
different
God, that was,
cartoon characters.
oh,
Like you get like the Codename Kid Next Door like sprites and they
Fusion Fall.
Fusion Fall.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yes.
That's old.
Wow.
Oh, and another game that I got back into recently is Warframe.
I got back into Warframe also. I recently got back into it. I never really was into it in the first place, but I'm getting back into it.
Warframe is fun.
Warframe is still very relevant though.
It is.
Warframe to
Did
me
you?
is CS:GO to you.
Wait, no.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It won. It won.
I appreciate it, but I also.
It won this year's.
No.
It won. It
Yeah.
won this year's Steam Awards for called the Curdled Baby, to where like it's a game that's way past its first launch date and is still cared for by its developers, still getting updates and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it's really
It
it's
is.
still a relevant game. You know what other game I played? So RuneScape was one of those big games that I played forever. I grinded the heck out of RuneScape, like since I was a little kid until I was like in high school is when I stopped playing it. It was ridiculous how much I played that game. The other game I played just as much with it was Warcraft 3. My friend had Warcraft 3, and whenever I was over at his house, he had 2 computers,
But-
and we'd play it.
Let me also say this real quick. Rest in peace, old World of Warcraft.
I never played it. It's
Old
too expensive.
Old World of Warcraft was the good World of Warcraft. The one it is now, in my opinion, is nah.
I remember I jumped really late into the World of Warcraft game, and I remember that I was like, This was like my prime time when I was like super into D&D and stuff like that, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna jump into a role playing server.
Well, those role-playing servers are weird role-playing servers where people are weird.
Yeah, and it consisted of no one talking at all. And then occasionally I'd be like dancing on the table and people would just send me items. And I was like,
Really?
what's
Wow.
happening? So I made a second character based off of an anime character.
What anime character?
Gintoki from Gintama.
Oh yeah, you love Gintama.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Gintama in a long time.
Speaking of nostalgia trips, Code Geass new season.
We're getting into anime.
Well, nostalgia.
It's a perfect segue. Let it happen, Ryan.
Like, come on, you can't tell me you didn't watch Naruto as a kid. And whenever you watch Naruto now, you just get that warm feeling in your heart.
Alright,
I do.
Alright, how do you feel about Boruto?
It turned into a slice of life school anime, just trying to force you to care about characters by doing really weird things. I don't like it. But no. I like it. But I think coming from watching Naruto, I'm expecting it to be Naruto. You know, I'm expecting to have that same impact on me that Naruto already has on me, and I'm not letting it develop naturally. But I think they're trying to develop some characters. I don't like Boruto.
No?
I don't like him
As a character?
as a character. There's nothing to drive him other than I don't want to be my dad. So I don't want to be my dad. Well, there's no reason for him to do things right now. One of the things I loved about the Naruto series, was its ability to make you care about everyone, even the enemy. Like, remember the Zabuza arc?
Vaguely.
Zabuza was the baddest guy. But at the end, when he cried, you cried. You know? 'Cause-
Yeah, no. Oh, and the Naruto movies.
yeah.
Oof.
Oof.
Did you...
Easily one of Younger Dan. Because Younger Dan didn't watch a whole lot of anime movies.
Oh, I
remember the one
grew
with the
up
train?
watching the Hayao Miyazaki
The
movies.
train.
With the train
Was it? Wait,
with
was
the
this
snow
Naruto?
princess
Yes.
with the snow princess where like
Oh my God.
her dad dies and she's like, I can't cry. You still have my tears.
God damn it!
No, my favorite part was literally when Naruto went to do a Rasengan and it turned rainbow.
That was a different movie. That was the Rainbow Rasengan was a movie. I never saw that one.
That when I saw that, I was just like,
Or that might have been the same movie. That I just
because
saw.
it was the only thing that could pierce
different.
through like the bad guy's like armor.
There's a different one.
That might have been a different movie because I think that was like a specific movie about that.
All
I know is that-
fuck.
No,
The
it's
thing is, when
same
you
one.
grow up with a character like Naruto, well, first off, there's a lot of lessons to be learned from that show. In the development of the character and the way things went from the Zabuza arc right into the Chunin exams, it was just a roller coaster. You know, because there's always some danger. And the Naruto was always there to be like, everyone hates me, but I don't care. Someone's knocking at the door.
Yes, enter.
Welcome back, but
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, shoot, right.
he's
Yeah.
on stream.
Yeah.
Hello, people. Why, people?
We'll be quiet.
I was wondering if my yell
Yeah.
triggered an
You
RA.
definitely did.
Yeah, I triggered an
You,
RA
you
flag.
triggered probably
But,
like the best RA here.
We're,
Hunter's
we're
great.
willing to argue that.
I don't.
Hot.
Carrie Lee's pretty great. Anyway, but the thing was, you grew up with him and you watched like little bits, and then he went to Shippuden, so he grew up with you.
Oh, and how like each of the characters grew up with like their own like mentor. Like Naruto grew up with the pervy sage,
Mhm.
and then Sakura learned from Princess
Tsunade,
Tsunade,
Lady Tsunade,
and Sasuke.
was Orochimaru. So
Yeah.
they all had the parallel, like they were the next generation of the Sennin. I just
Yeah.
remember that one scene in Naruto Shippuden after he defeated Pain, and it goes to the past where everyone's opinion of him just begins to change, where they all hate him, to then they start caring about him. And I was like, it's been 10 years of watching this show, and
you know-
finally.
You know what really
Finally.
you know what really got me was when the pervy sage like finally died.
God, that was harsh.
To Pain, because like he was doing good. He finally got one of them, but he didn't realize there were
They're
eight,
all connected.
eight,
and there were
eight
of
other
them.
yeah 8 other ones, and he
Spoilers.
and he was all he was also already like rapidly changing into his like sage
Yeah, he was
form.
doing his sage form. I don't know, and I feel like Boruto just doesn't have the same impact.
Well, I feel like
'Cause, like-
it's also a very different format.
Exactly, it's more of just like a slice of life school anime, but I know it's gonna change. I guess it's hard when it's like a time of peace to get all these deep things going. Like the first episode of Naruto, dude got a giant shuriken to the back. You know?
Also, when Naruto finally made a bond with the Nine Tails, I'm just like,
I'm gonna be your friend.
I didn't keep up with Naruto enough. As
No.
I should have.
I still need to watch Dragon Ball Super.
I never watched Dragon Ball Z. The two anime that I watched as a kid growing up, aside from the Hayao Miyazaki movies, was Naruto and Bleach.
Got into Bleach like in high school.
I don't really watch a lot of anime. I more read it but I like to watch anime sometimes for like, I'm a big animation and character design person, so I'll watch it for that.
I don't watch a lot anymore
Do
though.
you know what was really
I just
weird?
like watched a couple.
I remember
that time.
I grew up with Gundam,
And
To
I
a
never
certain
grew up on
extent.
Gundam either.
and for some reason, all of a sudden, they just stopped showing it in America, and I thought that was really strange.
So there were definitely mecha animes that I watched, like Gurren Lagann. Whenever you hear that theme song, it's just like, ooh, good times.
Zach, that's our "We're Getting Pumped" song.
I know.
Like literally, like I'll start playing it off my phone, and Zach's like, "Ah!"
You
like,
know what?
like he's about
Yeah.
to go insane.
The
It
old
just gets me excited.
the old cartoons that I used to watch was like the old like original Transformers.
I never watched the original Transformers.
Yo.
Like,
Do you guys remember like Ed, Ed and Eddie and like Codename
Yo.
Kids
Oh!
Next Door?
wait,
Codename
did you-
Kids
wait,
Next Door was my favorite.
Please tell me either of you guys watched like the original Speed Racer.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Like
yeah.
where like one
The
character
original
talked
one.
and everything else just stopped.
Yeah, I remember that. I have it on disc.
The
I
voice was
have
always out
the-
of sync
yeah.
with the lips.
I have
yeah.
the original one on disc.
Yeah,
I
I,
have
I
it here
grew up
with
with the
me.
box set.
I have-
You brought it with you?
Yeah.
Yo. We gotta do it. We gotta do a binge day
Yeah.
someday.
Nostalgia binge.
And then with nostalgia, continuing from the anime thing, is this anime I used to watch when I was not little, but like middle school, high school. Full Metal Panic is getting a new season also, and it's like this hasn't had a season in this last time this got a release was in 2003, 13 years ago, 2005 was the second season, and it's getting a third season now.
Seems really late.
Wait,
Well,
we got
yeah. Oh, we do it soon, but like. It's crazy. Just all these old things are popping back up. It's kind of nice, though.
You know what I'm very happy about getting a new season?
What?
It's happening this year. My favorite anime of all time.
Gintama?
Fooly Cooley.
Fooly Cooley.
Oh, yes. None of you have watched it, I'm aware. It's only 6 episodes, only 1 season, and it tops all
You know what
of them.
sadly is only going to ever be 1 season?
Huh.
Devil's a part-timer.
You know, I started watching that. I wasn't a big fan of it.
No?
No?
I don't know.
That had some good jokes in it.
Like I get the plot but
Do you know what's great that's not getting a new season? At least as far as I'm aware. SAO.
it's already had its time. Okay.
It's had its time.
It's had its time.
Although
Please stop.
it was good.
They
I
came
will
out with the
admit.
MMO for it recently. Or
There's
the,
so many MMOs for it.
Yeah.
There's like 50.
Well, they came out with like some really new big one. And that you can finally play as not Kirito.
Whoa.
I know it's so
Play as
crazy.
the background characters.
play as that one dude that got murked, like the beginning, by a pig.
play as that one dude that Kirito first met. What was his name?
oh, the guy whose name we always forget. John.
Balls deep.
No, no.
69. It's Klein. Shut up, Klein. Come back when you're a main character.
Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta be quiet.
I forgot it's almost midnight.
Okay. Well,
Any last remarks?
I just, you as the viewers, if you guys have any really nostalgic moments that you want to talk about, anything that, you know, when comes to mind, show, thing you used to do with your friends, something that happened in high school, middle school, or even just a place, Post it in the comment section below. Let us know what's nostalgic for you. We'd love to hear it.
Ending remark. Anime is an instrument.
Dan, sometimes I want to kill you.
Zack-
you already broke my Nico kneecaps.
Oh, jeez, I'll do it again.
Do you have any other last remarks?
Thank you for watching the Daily Life of College Boys podcast, where we tell you interesting stories about our not so interesting lives as we pursue to make our lives as interesting as possible.
Thank you guys for watching so much. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you all next time. Bye bye.